welcome back to the 5 O'Clock Sweats podcast. As always, I'm Ryan, joined by my handsome friend here.
I'm Derick.
And we are without Chris tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, he is not with us tonight. He is still with us in spirit.
every time you do the intro to one of these doubles matches, you make it sound like he's dead. He's not dead.
This episode's dedicated to him. In his memory.
In the arms. Oh my god.
And only the good die young. I'm just kidding. He is alive and well. He's just a little under the weather. So that's what having a kid will do to you. You get sick a lot, unfortunately. But we are here to provide your entertainment still. So tonight we don't really have a topic per se, but we are going to talk about a couple things. And we did want to provide our listeners with a continuation, we wanted to discuss the excursion that Derick and I hinted at in our previous episode. We said that we had
call it extracurricular.
Yeah, we did
time?
Yeah, we said something.
That can't be it. Surely those words didn't come out of my mouth, right?
Extracurricular definitely was a phrase that was used, and I know the audience was, waiting with bated breath to figure out what we were talking about, and we never talked about it last episode, so we teased you guys and never gave it to you. But alas, we are here now, and we are going to talk about it. So, Derick and I, we had the pleasure and the honor of attending.
Starting it off with pleasure is wild.
Hey, I would use pleasure as one of the words. That's a great adjective for what we did.
Yeah. To be fair, that was very pleasurable.
I enjoyed myself very much. So, all right, before anyone gets any crazy ideas in their heads, we went to an actual LAN party. Hosted by friend of the podcast, Connor. And he invited us to, along with we had 20 people here.
Yeah, it was a hearty LAN party, I would say.
Yeah, it was an incredible time. Derick and I, we drove there together. We stopped at Giant beforehand, the local food store here, and we picked up some necessary snacks and beverages. Some kind of harken back to the golden days of LAN parties of old. Some classics, like we got Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, we did.
What other snacks did we get? We just got some. I got these really delicious jalapeno honey kettle cooked chips. Those things were amazing.
They were gone almost immediately. Sun was still up, and they were gone.
I was starving by the time I got there, so I just ripped that bag open. Basically, as soon as we got started, I started going in. What did you pick up? What did you get? Snack-wise?
I got some kettle cooked chips. I think normal sea salt and salt and vinegar. So just some shit off to the side. That one's not stereotypically LAN party. Stereotypically early 2000s LAN party. I think you hit the nail on the head with the Code Red and the Doritos.
Oh my god! Yeah. So in addition to these savory snacks, we also got some beverages, which included a lot of Mountain Dew Code Red, which was my favorite soda growing up, for especially when it came to gaming. I know Mountain Dew had a lot of collaborations with some games we grew up playing, like some Call of Duty collaborations, some Halo collaborations. So Mountain Dew in general is very nostalgic for me. And I just love the taste of Code Red. It's delicious. And it still holds up, I will say. We consumed
the show, Connor, was saying I can only have 2, maybe 3 of these. Otherwise, it'll destroy my stomach. I'm like, no. 2 of them later, I was like, I shouldn't have had the second one.
Yeah,
my old shitty body just can't take it anymore, I guess, like it used to.
Yeah,
but we're not soda, not anything else.
We're not built the way we were back then. We have to be a little more picky about what we put inside of our bodies. But that aside, I still consumed a healthy amount or an unhealthy amount of Mountain Dew that night.
It's
and
the opposite.
Yeah. And to top it off with that, we did stop at the liquor store as well to pick up, we're 30. We're in our 30s. Why not spice it up a little bit? Why not spice it up a little bit and get some like we got some Tito's. Got some booze to mix in with that Mountain Dew to make it even more poisonous to our bodies.
Yeah, my body was not happy with me. After those 2 drinks, I'm like, all right, time to figure out another thing to drink.
Yeah, I got to the point where I was like, I haven't had water in a while. I should probably have some water, and I did. And I felt my body healing.
Yeah, I felt my body healing.
I felt my body healing as soon as the water was like a elixir, like just fixing me up. And then I would chase
Halo shield regen sound when you drink water.
Basically, yeah. Well, speaking of Halo, I see. Was that a purposeful transition there? If it was, we'll just say it was.
We never told them what it was.
Yeah,
that we were playing.
Halo was the primary game, and well, not the prime, but was the game that we played at this LAN party, and we played not just one Halo. We played the Master Chief Collection, which is, a collection of Halos 1, 2, 3, 4, Reach, and ODST. We primarily played Halo 3, but we also dabbled in some Halo 2, some Halo 4, and Halo 1 even. And then I think we even tried to play a game of Halo Reach Invasion, which unfortunately didn't last very long. That was a little later in the night.
The gamma, right?
Yeah,
gamma issues.
Yeah, we had some gamma issues with the big projector out in the living room.
Yeah, maybe we talk about the setup of how many consoles and people were at this John.
Yeah, so as we mentioned before, there were about 20 people. Now I think we only had 16 playing at a time because that's the max amount of players you can have in a game. So I brought an Xbox.
Little asterisk there. Little asterisk. Yeah. You did bring an Xbox.
I made a mistake. I had a lapse in judgment. I should have brought my Series S, which has the Master Chief Collection all updated, downloaded, all ready to go. Instead, I brought my Xbox One, which I don't know why. I figured I would just bring that one. Forgot to download the updates for the Master Chief Collection. So I would say it took about 3 hours from the time we started actually playing to where I was actually able to hop on that Xbox and join the fun. Now, I was playing on another Xbox, but yeah, I felt like a dumbass with my Xbox just sitting off to the side, just downloading, and I'm just like, why didn't I do this the night prior? Like, I'm so out of practice. Like this, if this were 10 years ago, I would have been like, just I got to download. I know I got to like a checklist of things I got to do. I got to download the updates and everything, make sure everything's up to speed. Didn't do that this time, unfortunately.
That was so funny.
Yeah. But Connor's been planning this thing for months. We've been texting back and forth. He's been basically accumulating Xbox, like old Xboxes he's bought on online, along with some controllers. He's basically Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones. Just collecting these Xboxes to the point where he had a tower. He had like the System Link Tower is what he would call it, which is just like a stack of Xboxes with controllers. It was a beautiful sight to behold. So we had I think we had what? My Xbox 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe
1, 2, 3,
maybe 6 at one point.
6 Xbox or 6 systems all set up.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do the math, but I know we didn't have 4 players on each console. Sure. I was solo on mine, and then
I was playing most of the night on Connor's Steam Deck.
Yes,
so
which
there was
worked
also
very
a solo
well
on mine. Yeah, very, very impressed with the Steam Deck's performance holding up throughout the night.
It was awesome. And then we had what did we call that room? We had there's like the dining room, I guess, which we referred to as the pit, I think we called it.
At the beginning of the night, we called it the pit, but then it turned into something else after that. I don't remember.
Oh man. But this particular room exuded like the essence of what a LAN party is, and that is just like what four we had. What it was more than four. We had like how many guys
Oh
were
yeah,
cramped in that room?
6 to 8,
Yeah,
six to eight people
six to
playing
eight.
across 2 consoles, 2 TVs, 8 controllers.
Shoulder to shoulder, like breathing down each other's necks, just trying to like finesse, like trying to get an angle, like see through to see, their part of the screen. Um, but that is just the essence of a LAN party, just like trying to get comfortable the best you can. It's not always optimal, but you're able to make it work, and you have you get a good view, and you're able to just perform regardless of the environment.
Dude, it was so fun playing in that room. That room had the vibes, the LAN
Yeah.
party vibes.
Yeah, I was jealous. I did play a couple of games in there later in the night. But I started out in the like in the kitchen area, kind of not well by myself technically, but there were people next to me. But I had my own little setup. But yeah, I wanted to go in there. I wanted to go in the pit. I wanted to get my turn in there, just to kind of rekindle those memories.
Yeah. That's where I started my night out before I moved over to the Steam Deck.
Yeah, and we had there were two larger TVs on a table that were kind of like that were next to each other, basically, like angled so you couldn't screen look, which is always used to always be a problem. You always had to like angle your TV to a position where no one else could see it.
Yeah.
And kind of did a great job with the setup there. And then in the room next to that one, we had his projector, which was sick. He had this really, he had these nice couches and everything. The only thing with the projector, as we mentioned before, we had some gamma issues with Halo 4 and Halo 1. Or no, Halo 2 Anniversary.
Yeah. It was that, and I think Reach, right?
I think, yeah, that sounds right. So Halo 2 Anniversary and Reach, which was a shame because I really wanted to play some Halo 2 Anniversary.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had that was the setup.
And to touch back with those snacks that we brought. So we rock up there with however many bags of chips and like a 12-pack of Mountain Dew Code Red.
Yeah.
Our
handle of Tito's.
Bottle of Tito's, yeah. We walk in. I think we're the first ones there, right? We got there around the same time as two other people.
Yeah. We were basically the first people to show up.
Over the first like 45 minutes to an hour while people were showing up, like inevitably the first, I don't know, 5 people that walked in came through the door and was like, I got Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Yep.
Like just without fail, everybody had, like with no communication, everybody had exactly the same things that they brought: Mountain Dew and Doritos.
It brought a tear to my eye. So good. And it wasn't just like any Doritos, like we all got the Cool Ranch Doritos. There were like 6 bags of Cool Ranch Doritos, like just side by side.
Because we knew. Everyone knew.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like there were definitely like favorite snacks of LAN parties back in the day, and Cool Ranch Doritos are one of them. I almost got a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. That also would have checked that box, but I elected to go with those jalapeno honey chips, which I did not regret at all.
Zero regrets there.
Yep. So let's talk about the games themselves.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I knew like I knew I was gonna play well going into this. Like I felt pretty confident. I know Connor's pretty good. He has one other friend that's also really good. Besides that, I was like, I'm not really scared of anyone else here. I don't know anyone else here.
You're rocking up with that confidence. I like it.
Yeah. So we started with Halo 3 for a few games. I think we played a game of we played on Valhalla, I think. And just some Slayer, and I was getting that BR, heated up early. I felt good because nothing feels better than on LAN. Like I almost forgot what it feels like to play on LAN as opposed to online. Like there's no lag whatsoever. Like your shots feel even more snappy than usual. And yeah, I was juicing it up. I felt really good.
Yeah, I would say confidently that by the end of the night, if people saw your name, they would probably go the other way. Like they know they're not winning against you. If you see UED Zippo coming straight at you, it's over. You've already made a false move. It's done.
Yeah, yeah. I entered into like the like what do they call that? I was basically in the zone. Just I felt like I couldn't do any wrong. Like my fingers were just moving by themselves, and I could just like go on pure instinct.
Nice.
Just feel like I couldn't miss. Yeah, and that carried over. We played, like I said, we played primarily Halo 3, and Halo 3 just feels so good on LAN. Halo 2 as
I
well.
was so surprised how hampered I felt that there was no sprint. I was
really
surprised.
Well, you haven't played those games in
a guy who doesn't really play a ton of games where you can sprint to begin with. I don't know why I felt like I should be able to. Maybe because I played Infinite the most recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when was the last time you even played Halo 3 or any of those Halos?
Yep.
Yep. I played it more recently,
but still, like when we're in Halo 1, I'm like, yeah, I get it. I can't sprint. But Halo 3, I feel like my brain should have been like, yeah, you still can't sprint. But it kept on trying. Gosh,
yeah,
darn it.
Well, you weren't the only one there that felt that way, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, the games are fun. We played a mix of Slayer. We played some objectives like CTF. I think we played a single flag on high ground. We played CTF on like coagulation. We played
that one was particularly long.
Oh my god, yeah.
Journey.
I forgot about that. Did we go to like double overtime or something like that?
I think Connor set the game up, and we went to overtime for sure, right? And then we ran into the time limit on the first game, and it ended in a tie. So then we ran it back, and then that ended. No, that didn't end in a tie, right? That was like the last second cap, right?
Oh yeah, I don't think my team won that game.
Yeah, my team did.
Yeah, I feel like we were playing against each other for the majority of the night.
Yeah. Originally going into it, they had a couple of people like designated as team captains, loose air quotes there, and I got drafted onto Ryan's team, first round draft pick. Thank you very much.
Of course.
I guess they were too afraid of it. They said no, it's too powerful a combo. They split us up at the beginning of the night, so yeah, I was up against you purposefully. Which was annoying, dude. You're too good. I don't know.
But so there was a game, and I just remembered this game, but we had that one multi-team snipers match, right? You and me, just
oh yeah, we had
8 teams of 2.
There were 8 teams of 2. We ran it twice.
Yeah.
And you and I wiped the floor with them.
We did.
The second one, actually, we were close to not winning.
Yeah, that was a little.
It's because one person dropped almost every single one of their kills.
Yeah, that kid was good too.
Yeah, he was very good.
But the sniper was feeling good, and you're a good sniper too.
Now, some of you might be wondering. Well, some of you, if you're me, you're wondering, Derick, how did you do with having to be inverted? I didn't invert my controls at all. So when we got there, I was like, I think I might still be inverted. I'm going to hop on, get like a warm-up game, try to like run around maps and stuff, make sure I still remember how to play on console. And I thought it was just going to be a pain if like I was rotating throughout all the different console setups. Like at the start of each game, I have to pause and go into settings and invert my control, invert my Y. I'm like, no, I'll just get used to it. And I think by the end of the night, I was pretty convincingly not an inverted player.
Yeah. Hey, you did some. You had some growth.
Yeah, I think of the 16, I was at least in the top half of performers.
Oh, you were consistently like
quite good.
Yeah, you were consistently in the top half of your team in kills and whatnot. Yeah. So you think you're done with inverted now? in general?
I will give it a hesitant look every time I pick up a controller. And I feel like that's about where I've been for the last couple of years anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I think getting, what was that, like 8 hours of uninterrupted, uninverted play, maybe that's finally like hit the factory reset button, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess I'm normal from now on. Heard it here
Well,
first.
welcome to the club. I'm sure there's people out there that are disappointed. You know, they were maybe they're closet inverters, and they were proud that you were out in the open.
I'm inverted and I'm proud.
But unfortunately, their dreams have been shot down in this moment.
You never know. I could go back for the right price. who's paying you
Who's
to be inverted?
I mean, hell, if someone's paying, I'll go inverted. Why not? Yeah, we played but we got there at like what 4:30. I would say we probably started playing around 5:30.
We were playing past midnight for sure.
Yeah, I think it was at least like 1 o'clock where we may have stopped playing. So yeah, about 7 to 8 hours of gaming.
Full work day.
Man, did it feel good.
It absolutely did.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part is probably best illustrated in our last game of Grifball that we played.
Oh my god. That was like one of my favorite games of the whole night.
That was so fun. You want to talk about it?
I do. Halo 4 Grifball is like peak Halo Grifball, because that was the first game, I believe was the first game where they introduced the throwing mechanic for the ball, which is just so genius. Like I could never play like Halo 3 Grifball because I can't throw the damn ball. That just adds such a fun layer and just opens up a whole book of strategy that you can implement into your game. Like I feel like a quarterback, I'm like audibling, I'm like run a post route, do a curl, run a flat. There's no better feeling than just like chucking the ball down like to the point, and then someone just catches it, and you see that explosion. You're like, yeah, let's go, baby.
Yeah, we were on the same team for I think all of those Grifball games.
Yeah, I think we were, because I don't know if we were still doing the drafted teams at that point, but
no, I think Grifball came way later in the night.
That was one of the last things we played.
Yeah, I feel like less than 12 people were there for Grifball, or at least less than 20, maybe like 15. I don't know.
Well, it was 4v4, so we had 8 in the lobby. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was intense. Our team won, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
came up.
I don't know who remembers who won or not. I think we did a best of 3.
Oh, you're right.
I think we lost one, we won one, and I'm pretty sure we had a heartbreaking loss at the end.
You might be right. I don't know.
Now, I was at a bit of a disadvantage because the console that you and the rest of our team were playing on, that console was in the pit, and I was still out like the next room over in the kitchen on the Steam Deck setup. Yeah. And the other team was right next to the kitchen in the living room on their setup. And man, was it fun just like yelling trash talk from across the house.
Oh, we didn't talk about the trash talk. Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
It started early.
Like, especially with Grifball, like, you ain't got it.
Yeah.
And like people like yelling, like, I'm on the point. Throw it.
Yeah. Just absolute chaos.
Yeah, for 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that's so fun. And then you get up after the game's over, you get up, you walk, or you do like a lap around the house to like, I don't know, you're either talking more shit or you're congratulating and like laughing about like goofy things that happened in the game.
Yeah,
that was
fuck, man.
That was fun. And we also got we can't stop this conversation without talking about the pizza. Pizza was so freaking good. Oh my god. Man, and I should have figured Connor was going to order pizza. I don't remember him saying he was ordering pizza, but all of a sudden he was walking past us with pizza.
He was trying to get that order forever. He was walking around for at least like 30 minutes trying to get what everybody wanted.
Oh my god. And apparently the poor pizza boy was out there for a few minutes because I guess Connor didn't have his phone with him or didn't hear the phone ringing. He might have been playing a game, I don't know. But I think he almost invited the kid. He was going to invite the kid in or something like that. To see if he wanted to play. I don't know.
Sound right?
Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But he does know somebody who works for that pizzeria, and the next one we might be getting a little hookup there with the pizza.
It's up in the air. Who knows? Who knows in what form that support will come? Nobody knows.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. The cool thing is that I know he is planning to have another one down the road.
Soon.
Yeah,
down the road.
Not too far
within
down
the next
road.
2 months, right?
I think he said.
Didn't he say like April? Or
yeah, he said like April.
Tripping?
He said April. So yeah, he might be recapping another LAN party in the next within the next 3 months.
That's going to be so fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want this to be like a quarterly thing. Maybe I might be asking too much. I'll take twice a year, honestly. I'll take one semester and then second semester, honestly.
First semester LAN party, second semester LAN party.
Yeah. I'll be.
I feel like that's a sweet spot. Twice per year. I feel like you're right there.
It's a lot to ask. I mean, I know he might be more ambitious. He might want to have more than that.
He does sound more ambitious just from the setup plans for the next one.
Yeah,
he's hoping that the weather's good enough that we can have roughly the same setup inside, and then expand a little bit out the back door onto his back patio. And if he can arrange that to work well, that's going to be real fun.
Man, yeah, that would be awesome. Hopefully the weather would cooperate for that. That would be sick. It is my dream to play in the hot tub, like from the hot tub. Like I'll just have
thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, I'm not. I will be in the hot tub, but I will have my hands out to keep the controller dry, and there will be a TV not in the hot tub, outside of the hot tub next to it, close enough where I can see it, but not close enough where it gets wet and possibly damaged. That sounds like a dream scenario. And now if I can drop like 30 kills in the hot tub, I feel like you gotta retire that controller into the Hall of Fame or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's LAN party legend status.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell my grandkids about that. Kids, I was in that steamy hot tub and I was just cracking headshots left and right.
Why are you talking to your grandkids like that?
I'm a grizzled war veteran. I've seen things. Things I can't unsee.
In the hot tub, you saw things? You can't unsee? What is he planning?
I don't know.
You're telling your grandkids?
It's just a bit.
Man, that LAN party was so fun though.
Yeah, we had a blast. Definitely one of my favorite memories from the last year or so. It was fun to relive that nostalgia. It was good. All right, so that was our recap of the LAN party.
So good, so fun.
Yeah, such a great time.
So local.
And now I'm going to go. I'm just going to discuss something that hit me when I was driving around the other day. I was just on my way to play some pickleball, and I was looking back at the last couple of weeks, and I had a realization, and that realization is that I believed I have achieved the impossible. I believe I have achieved perfect harmonic balance between my life.
Seems important.
And my life consists of like relationships, work, and just personal stuff. And then
Yep. That sounds like a life.
yep,
Yeah.
that's a life.
Good.
And then on this other hand are all of my hobbies that I like to do.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like I have found perfect balance between these two things.
All right. So you're going to have to break this balance down for me. As somebody who's never really been good at like balance or moderation,
Yeah.
please share some enlightenment.
So I mean, it's as you know, when it's hard when you're an adult to find time to do all the things you love to do. Uh, Life gets in the way, work gets in the way, whatnot. But recently, I feel like I've been on a real good run of being able to balance those things, and I'll get into specifics. So I love, obviously, as everyone knows, and this is one of the reasons why we started this podcast, is we all love to game, we all love to watch television, and we all love to watch movies. I feel like I have done a great job recently of finding time for everything. I've been able to watch movies that I've wanted to watch.
That sounds so daunting.
I have been able, I've been able to watch shows.
Godzilla -1. Right?
Yeah,
I feel like that was a big turning point for
I've been
you.
making time to go to the theater. I saw Godzilla. I wanted to. Well, I watched The Holdovers on
The Holdovers,
which was an Oscar-nominated film with Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti. All right.
Yeah. Shows wise, I've been watching. We've been watching several animes. Been able to watch those. I watched True Detective season 1, which I'm 10 years behind, but I found time to watch that. I watched.
Oh damn, they're on 4 right now.
Yeah, it just finished this past weekend.
Dang. All right.
I watched the Ted series on Peacock.
I heard that was great.
It was really funny. Like I heard it was funny and I saw clips, but the show overall is just really strong. Like the humor is consistent. I mean, it's Seth MacFarlane humor. If you like Family Guy, if you like American Dad, like you're gonna like this show. If you like the Ted movies, obviously you're gonna like the show. Consistently funny. And then for games, I've been playing a variety of games. That's what I'm most proud of myself for. It's not just like one game, and it's not just one genre. Like I'm playing several games, and I'm playing several different kinds of games.
Yeah. So what have you been playing?
So as I've mentioned in previous episodes, I finished Spider-Man 1 for the that was on the PS4. I finished Miles Morales about a week or so ago, and I've just started Spider-Man 2. So I'm doing my Spider-Man run right now. It's been incredible. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But I'm also playing games like Pal World, which is like a survival game that is another genre that I don't really play very often, but this one really had its hooks in me. So I was playing that. And then got into Helldivers, which is the newest game that's sweeping the internet right now. The game's incredibly fun. Server issues aside, everything else is just it's just pure chaotic fun.
Yeah, which spoiler alert, you may be hearing more about in the coming weeks.
Yes, I think we will. We should definitely have an episode about that, I think, in the future. Also, I'm still playing Halo Infinite here and there. And then I did get back into Apex Legends.
Oh, that's an interesting development. It's been a while since you've been playing that like consistently. How long would you say it's been?
Oh man, it's been like probably it was consistently probably been a year and a half, almost 2 years since I've played it consistently. So it's only been a couple of days. I started playing last Friday. I had an unexpected PTO day for technical issues with my laptop for work, and I grinded Apex that day. And I wanted to try this new season because I liked the changes that they did. They changed some things with the shield mechanics. There's no more like lootable shields on the map. You have like an Evo level that you can keep upgrading during the game, and your shield will go up as you upgrade. And then they also added upgrades for each individual legend. Like each legend has their own unique upgrades that you can get as you progress through the match.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a game that I used to play a lot, but never really that competitively. And I always think about, making a triumphant return to Apex Legends.
Yeah, you should definitely hop back on. I'd love to play with you. I've been grinding ranked. It's been good to get back on the ranked grind. I think Chris is going to start playing again too. So, we can get the little 5 o'clock, little 5 o'clock,
the 5 o'clock
sweat, little 5 o'clock sweats squad action going there.
I'd be down.
Yeah, and the game's fun. Like I always loved Apex. Like the game is just, from a mechanic standpoint, it's probably the best first person shooter I've ever played. Like it's one of my, and it's, if it's not my favorite, it's my top 3 just games in general that I've ever played.
When I think of movement in games, this is always the benchmark mentally in my head.
Yeah.
I think about, how does this game stack up to the movement in Apex?
Yeah. And the movement's still silky smooth, but the gunplay is just like so damn good. And there's there's enough skill gap where, like if you're really good, you can really separate yourself, which I appreciate. So yeah, grinding Apex. Game wise, I mean, I've got other games in the pipeline. Like I have the Horizon games that I'm going to play eventually for PlayStation. I still have your Ghost of Tsushima that I'm going to play. And I still want to keep playing Power World, even though I haven't played it in a few days because I've been playing Helldivers and Apex. So just a good variety of games.
No, yeah, that sounds really healthy.
Yeah,
and it sounds like the Christmas gift for that PS5. Like that's been instrumental in finding this balance.
It's been huge. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to. I always had like a sense of FOMO for certain games that I couldn't play. I've always wanted to play those PlayStation exclusives, and now I'm able to do that. And it's awesome. And yeah, it's nice to have, just to be more well versed, I guess, in just gaming in general. Like I don't want to be like a one trick pony that plays FPSs all the time or plays Halo all the time.
I'm pretry much a one trick pony.
Well, not really. You play Rocket League.
I have a handful of tricks.
Rocket League, Counter-Strike, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate's another one that we're going to play eventually. Like I have a PlayStation now, and we don't have to wait on Xbox to get that cross-play working. You and I know we want to run a campaign at some point with some friends, so we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, whatever your first campaign is, I absolutely want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm down. We'll make that happen sooner than later. I definitely want to beat Spider-Man before I start that game. I'm also just excited to, again, like Helldivers, like I'm excited that we have some friends that have it. You have it. Our friend TJ has it. Friends Kevin and Jill have it. Connor has it. So we're going to have as soon as they fix these damn servers.
That reminded me of the Star Wars trailer. My father had it.
Oh yeah.
I have it.
I have it.
I forget the whole trailer.
What a random reference, but I completely, I get it. Yeah, so we have like a roster of people to choose from. If they just fix the servers, everyone can hop on whenever they want to play. Right now it's a little shaky because you hop on, you might have to wait like either a few minutes or like a half hour or an hour to play. So they got to get there. They got to get that shit figured out. And then one more game, or two more games, but just in general, like there's sports games too that I've been playing. Like I downloaded Madden 24. It's on Game Pass now, and Chris and I actually were playing some co-op. There's a co-op mode where you can choose to be like quarterback, receiver, and then you control the defense too. Him and I were running some games last night actually.
Yeah.
We got our butts kicked the one game, but then we had a really nice game with the Dolphins, and we won. I think it was like 30-20. Like just like
Nice.
It just felt like a real NFL game.
Yeah.
And then we have MLB The Show coming out next month, and him and I really love that game too. So we'll be playing that co-op too. So with those games, I just feel like I'm hitting all sorts of different variety right now, and I'm proud of myself for doing that.
So how do you, if you're sitting down to play a game, how do you pick between, all the different games you've got in motion?
Yeah, I try to like make I think I make a mental schedule for myself. Like if I play, like for example, if I spent a good amount of the day one day playing Apex, I'll make like the next day, like I guess PlayStation Day or like Spider-Man Day / Helldivers Day, or yeah, I mean, I try to dedicate like a certain amount of time to each game. Like I'm trying to hit at least Spider-Man every day if I can, if I have time to play, even if it's for like a half hour, an hour.
Yeah.
I obviously can't play
that frequent.
I can't play every day, obviously, but
not with that attitude.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm also not particularly busy. What's great is like I have the luxury right now. I can I can have fun with my hobbies right now. I can watch my shows, my movies. I can play my games. But I can also exercise. I can go to the gym. I can play pickleball. And I think pickleball is really the thing that has like really sewn this all together for me.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with that.
Because I'm not just like sitting down on my ass all day playing games or watching shit. I'm getting on my feet and I'm competing, and I'm also getting a great workout. So I'm scratching multiple itches right there. And then I'll even go to the gym too, which is just like straight exercise. So yeah, in regards to balance, I'm doing the things that I like to do. I'm having fun, and I'm also staying relatively healthy, with some physical activity with pickleball in the gym. And then I'm also able to still make time for my girlfriend, and work is work. Got to do it. The one thing I haven't done as well lately, and that is seeing my family. I'm planning to go down there, I believe, this weekend to see them. So it's the one thing I got to do a better job of, is trying to make it down there more frequently. But besides that, very satisfied with the current state of things right now.
Hell yeah, man. That sounds good. That's definitely better balance than I have. I feel like for the first, I don't know, 6 years of my professional life, I was like putting the nose to the grindstone, just trying to like put in the hours, even if I wasn't like doing anything particularly intensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of just never got the practice of balancing shit. So like, especially over the last couple of years, I've been trying to do better at that. But it's not just doing better, it's learning how to do better and then doing better.
Yeah.
So there's a little extra added layer there that I'm running into some friction with, but I think things are on the upswing for me too.
Good, that's awesome. And I know you and I will be able to play more disc golf once the weather warms up a little bit. We have some more time after work during the week when it gets a little lighter out.
Yeah, I got a new disc golf bag. Still haven't used it.
Yeah, we got to break that baby in.
Yeah.
And it is still a goal of mine to get you on the pickleball court soon too. So,
and I would still very much like to do that.
Yes, we'll be opening your world.
On my world,
a whole new world.
Whoosh!
Damn, I would have made that sound prettier.
And to round it out, we've got another off the clock segment. So what are the things that we're excited to do when we're not working, I guess between now and the next time an episode releases, I can go first on this one.
Yeah, please do.
It has been, or I guess at the time that the thing happens, it will have been a month and some change since I last saw my parents. They took a nice little vacation, and I'll be picking them up at the airport a week from today as we're recording.
Very nice.
So that'll be nice. And another thing that I spotted on the calendar is right at the beginning of March, or I guess the last day in February, first day in March, we've got Formula One back on the calendar, baby.
Oh shit.
For what it's worth, 2024, as far as the driver market, seems like it's going to be fairly stable. There's pretty much no changes from last year, but I am interested to see what the dynamics are between everybody, because after this 2024 season, there's going to be a ton of moves into the 2025 season. So it's always interesting, like, yes, Lewis Hamilton's over there, but he's going to be over there next year. So, like, how does he interact with his current teammate? How is he going to interact with his future teammate? How's that going to shake out on track this year? I think stuff like that's going to be probably the most interesting thing for me.
So let's say in F1, like these drivers, like they know what what org they're going to the next year. How's that work?
So they sign contracts. They're professional athletes.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton, one of, if not the greatest driver of all time, has repeatedly said that he wants to end his career with Mercedes. He's always been a hardcore Mercedes boy since he left McLaren to join them. I think in like the early 2010s, somewhere around there. And in a complete surprise move, he's now moving to Ferrari after this season.
Wow.
So that then leaves, okay, well, if Carlos Sainz is losing his seat at Ferrari, where's he going to go? And if it's 2025, he might go to Audi before they actually come in 2026. Dominoes keep falling. Like, that move alone is going to be interesting. We've also got some team principal changes. We've got a crowd favorite Gunther Steiner leaving Haas. We've got I haven't looked up the news, so at time of recording, there is still a rumor that Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull, will not be with the team come the start of the season. So if that is true, there are more repercussions. Adrian Newey might leave, and he's the designer of like the winningest cars ever, basically. So if he decides to leave Red Bull and he sees that other people are making moves, like Lewis is with Ferrari now, McLaren's starting to fight back a little bit, like maybe he jumps ship for one of them. So we'll see. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking forward to.
F1 drama. That's all. That's interesting. I wonder. That would be an interesting way to go about things and contracts in other sports.
Oh, that also reminds me. New season of Drive to Survive drops at the end of this week, February 23rd. So I will be probably watching that a lot.
All right, there
I'm
we go.
Probably just going to binge that season.
Maybe I'll check it out. That'll be a good reason for me to watch it. This is season 2. How many seasons?
This is going to be season 5, I think.
Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll get into it.
Yeah, you can nerd out at the next LAN party.
Yeah,
Connor.
I could. I should come by. I should come by for a race sometime.
That would
race
be fun.
Together. Yeah,
that would be fun.
All right, I'll go. For me, this week, I know Friday the new Avatar live action show releases on Netflix.
Oh, I didn't realize that was that soon.
Yeah. I am both excited and nervous for it. I was excited initially because I think it looks great. They really nailed the aesthetic. The CGI for like the bending looks fantastic, and the costumes and makeup are all like A+. They look so good, and the casting is also on point. The more I hear about some decisions from the Netflix writers, though, the more skeptical I'm becoming of the actual plot itself. Uh, they're making some changes to a couple characters, prominent characters, that we'll see how it affects the show. I still think the show has a chance to be good. It just is going to miss, I think it's going to miss some nuance. I think it's going to miss some of the key character development for some of the main cast, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I think you and I talked about that a little bit, and yeah, I'm on board with you.
It's just unnecessary changes that they're making. But we'll see. Maybe we'll see how it affects the show. And as I mentioned before, Helldivers. I've only played for a couple hours, and that's mainly because the servers are just struggling right now with the population being what it is. I think they capped it at 450,000 players right now.
Damn.
Yeah, they. I mean, they're a smaller indie company. I looked them up earlier. They're like 100 employees. They were not expecting this game to blow up the way it did.
Yeah.
So they need to obviously fix or enhance the servers, make them able to accommodate way more players. But I'm sure they'll fix that, and sooner than later. But once they do that, we'll be playing that. I'm excited to get you on there. I'm excited for Connor to play because he's gonna. I just know that he's gonna love it. But what I've played so far, I really enjoy. It's just it's a fun game. So I'm just looking forward to playing more of that, especially once the servers get fixed. I can just pretty much hop on whenever I want. We can hop on whenever we want and play together. So
hell yeah,
that'll be a good time.
Cool. Well, hopefully we will have another update for everybody about that next LAN party, that local area network. If you want to be in our local network in your area, you can follow us on Instagram at 5 o'clock sweats. On X, we are at 5 o'clock sweats. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Anything else?
Nope.
No. Yeah, another quick shout out to Connor for hosting us. Lovely time, dazzling evening. Stars were so bright.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to the next one. And as always, stay sweaty. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 5 o'clock sweats podcast. My name is Derick. That's Ryan. We went to a LAN party. Ryan's like real good with his media and life balance and gaming. I'm excited for Formula One and my parents. And as always, stay sweaty.
Stay sweaty. All right, see ya.
38 seconds. That's pretty good, yeah.
That's efficiency right there. We're gonna, we don't have to worry about our storage anymore with these episode lengths. we're golden. That's a clip. That's a short on a YouTube video.
Done.
Efficient.